It's time now to look at the front pages of the Nigerian newspapers, and joining me in the studio is lawyer and social development advocate Jide Ologun, as well as my colleague Mike Okwachi.
It's great to be here this morning, I'm telling you.
Yes, it's good to have you on this other side.
Oh yeah, we're in together.
All right, let's head straight to the papers now, and I begin with the Leadership newspaper. Buhari bows to pressure, seeks U.S. help to tackle insecurity. Buhari bows to pressure, seeks U.S. help to tackle insecurity. You find details of the story on the pages of the Leadership newspaper. We move to the Daily Trust now. Buhari seeks U.S. help, wants Africa relocated to Africa. No partnership can save Nigeria's problems. UK Minister. Senate calls for sophisticated arms, more security personnel. You find details of all of the stories on the pages of the Daily Trust newspaper. To the Blueprint now. Senate on worsening insecurity. It's shameful Nigeria is on fire. Senate on worsening insecurity. It's shameful Nigeria is on fire. Details of the story on the pages of the Blueprint. To the Daily Times now. How to check drift to anarchy by Atiku, Lawan, Saraki, Tinubu, Zulum, others. You find the details of the story on the pages of the Daily Times newspaper. To the national economy now. All sector reforms to kick off as National Assembly passes PIB in May. All sector reforms to kick off as National Assembly passes PIB in May. To the Nigerian News Direct, defaulters, ICPC drags 2,000 firms into tax net. Owasanoye, defaulters, ICPC drags 2,000 firms into tax net. Owasanoye. Details of the story on the pages of the Nigerian News Direct. To this day now, National Assembly laments over worsening insecurity as Buhari seeks U.S. help. Senate to meet President's service chiefs. House demands a state of emergency. Security agencies silent over alleged Boko Haram's flag hoisting in Niger. Senator says 42 communities occupied. Atiku, Saraki proffer solutions. Terrorism in Nigeria complex, says UK Minister. All right, let's quickly move now to the Vanguard newspaper. Insecurity, tearful Otom, reps call for emergency. Governor Otom weeps as armed militia invade Benue IDP camps, kill 7, injure 9. Benue youth lay corpses on Makurdi Lafia Road, threaten reprisals. Calls on Buhari to declare emergency on security. Nigeria walking to its end, MBF. Declare state of emergency on security now, reps tell Buhari. Buhari meets Zulum, Tinubu, Akonde in Asarok, urges U.S. to relocate AFRICOM headquarters to Africa. I am in Asarok to tell Buhari the truth. Zulum army rages against sharing photos of slain soldiers on social media. All right, to the Daily Sun now, still talking insecurity. Buhari seeks external help, asks U.S. to relocate Africa Command headquarters. The state of emergency, reps Otom advised president, situation in Borno pathetic. Zulum. To the Nation newspaper, senators, reps challenge federal government on state of security. President needs cooperation, says Tinubu. All right, gentlemen, the stories are almost similar on all of the pages of the papers this morning, all talking about insecurity. But first, we will begin with the president's requesting that AFRICOM be relocated to Africa, looking at the level of insecurity across West, the Lake Chad basin, West Africa, and all of that. I wonder what you make of that decision by the president.
I referred to it yesterday that it's about time Nigeria government, went for external support that is available. And when you talk about the AFRICOM, it's currently based in Germany.
Yes.
And they are willing to help fight insurgency in region. Not only that, help you promote your economy, put in place good quality governance. And if the president is now willing to allow them, it's quite commendable, but we hope also that if we get a positive response, that the appropriate support will be given, because don't forget that we rejected even hosting AFRICOM when it all started. The president of the U.S., George Bush, then floated it in 2007. And I think the whole idea started in February, I think February 6th. By 1st of October, which was launched and became fully operational 1st of October 2008. And they have really intervened in ensuring regional peace within the continent. And there are about 53 African countries that are also, and European countries that are also involved. So if right now the president is beginning to see the helplessness of Nigeria in tackling insecurity, I believe it's a welcome development. And like I say, the best time to have planted a tree, according to the Chinese, is 20 years ago. The next best time is now, particularly when you witness what happened in the National Assembly yesterday. Yeah. And, the honorable screaming. And, some of us have suggested that we have 109 senators representing Nigeria, 360 House of Reps members. Why don't you shut down the legislative arm? And I believe they are moving in that direction now, because the senators are planning to meet the president. There is an urgent, the Nigerian case is an emergency right now. So if AFRICOM decides, if the US decides to help us, I believe that will begin to reverse the trend. Don't forget that recently the American government came into Nigeria to rescue the American citizen that was kidnapped and shipped into Nigeria. So it's a welcome development in the right direction, hoping that it's not one of those statements that have been made severally without any positive action to back the statements up.
All right, Mike, if you look at the papers again, UK Minister is saying that terrorism in Nigeria is complex, so no level of partnership can really address the situation. But stemming from what GD has said, do you think that if AFRICOM is in Africa, it would address or put a spin to our fight against issues bordering on insecurity?
It would change the narrative because, you see, Nigeria, other countries of the African continent, they watch the body language of Nigeria.
Right.
Now, like Jide said, when AFRICOM was initiated, the first agenda was, okay, let's even see the possibility of locating it in Nigeria. At that time, we were skeptical, or we had reservations around it. We didn't want a heavy presence. Exactly, we didn't want that. Yeah. Okay, now we're calling for it. So the point of calling for it is the point of realization that now we want these people to come and genuinely help us. No, the body language and the openness, honesty and understanding they are the number one solution to issues generally. So at the point where the president of Nigeria is now calling on the United States to relocate, it means Nigeria is now ready and is willing to accept what we didn't accept so many years ago. Back, yeah. So it's going to change a whole lot of things, because the point there is, and when you look at the security situation on the African continent and even within Nigeria, and you see how it seems like warlords are taking different territories. When you go to this area, you see there are powerful people around here. You go to the other side, there are powerful people controlling, and all of that. It looks like there are different sections of the country are controlled by different warlords and all of that. This is not the Nigeria we all grew up to know.
Absolutely.
I was speaking with, I had the opportunity to speak with the U.S. Secretary of State yesterday when we were interviewing him, Anthony Blinken. And he said, United States is ready to assist Nigeria at any level. They have been contributing in helping to build capacity, in helping to ensure that Nigeria has the resources and all of that. So if the president of Nigeria is making the call now and saying, United States, please relocate AFRICOM to Africa, maybe even Nigeria, wherever it is, but to help us, then he tells you that Nigeria is actually ripe and is ready. And if they come, it's going to change the narrative.
All right, Jide, it will change the narrative, but some other persons, security experts, are saying that the issues that will change, it's not the internal matters, because that is for the government to handle.
Basically, the AFRICOM is out to represent the interest of America, so don't let us dance so much around that. And if there's no business for America in it, they may not be so interested. And I quite agree with you, and the elders have a saying that it should be difficult for the enemy without to operate within without the enemy within cooperating. I believe that the challenges we have in the country, quite a number of them have been perhaps deliberately generated internally.
Perhaps.
The crisis is that it's getting out of control. And if it started internally, we can begin to control internally. I still resolutely believe that the Nigerian government can solve the insecurity crisis in the country. Those who came into this country came somehow. By the intelligence report available, the government should be able to know those who traffic ammunition.
The shouts from different quarters, the Senate
because
for a state of emergency and all of that.
Because we have shifted attention from governance to politics, and we have not appropriately evaluated the undercurrents. I maintain my position that what is going on in Nigeria may be a regional war that is informal, and we have refused to discuss our national coexistence, our unity.
How has conversations really helped over time?
Okay, I will float my favorite quotation, rather from content analysis. In 2013, somebody was recorded to have stated that clamp down on Boko Haram is injustice to the North. All right, there are undercurrents making reference to the amnesty granted in the Niger Delta region. And that is why today you see people talking about nepotism, and these issues are obvious. And unless we come together to say, this is our country, we have enough resources to go around, what the Constitution says is that we should generate prosperity for the people.
Absolutely.
Let's focus on that. We will continue going around the circle. Now, look at what happened in Borno State. The Air Force mistakenly, in quote, bombing the military truck.
Yes.
All right. The same thing happened on the 17th of January 2017, 170117, if you would like to code it, where the internally displaced people's camp in Ran mistakenly bombed. On the 13th of March 2021, we have had a report that the Alpha jet is missing. So, and you begin to read, we have seen clearly how a prominent opinion leader went to bandits, took photographs with them, stated that the government knows where they are, that they are pushed into crime because of marginalization. So obviously, we know our problems, we know the solutions, but we have perhaps deliberately refused to apply the solutions. And right now, my president is asking for AFRICOM to come to Africa. That is not specific enough. This is an emergency. Come to Nigeria. They were here during the regime of the former president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Did we give them the leeway to assist us? It's ridiculous what is going on in this country. Policemen killed, running helter-skelter. In fact, internal security is the responsibility of the police. Currently, the police is overwhelmed. The military that should be involved in securing the territorial integrity have now shifted focus to what is not their primary responsibility, internal security. And even in that, they appear to be losing steam. That does not speak well for Nigeria. And that is why when Nigerians are complaining, Twitter has gone to Ghana to cite their capital in Africa. I asked a simple question. If you are going to invest in my village, wisdom demands that you profile my village.
Absolutely.
Before you move in your resources.
Yes.
So investors are wise people. All right. Do you know that Ghana in 2020, the first half of 2020, recorded about $748.65 million foreign direct investment into that region, despite COVID-19. Kia Motors there now, Toyota there, different kinds of offers.
Right. Because
people want to go where their investments are secured. Can we say the same about our country? Let me ask a simple question. What sector of this national life, this wonderful Nigeria, is not screaming now about insecurity?
There's none.
So it's insecurity and industry that we are investing so much in it. And my next question, as a gatekeeper and an agenda setter, is now the Tucano jets have not arrived. We are mistakenly bombing the military. When the Tucano jets arrive, are we going to fight Sudan with the jets, or fight Chad, or fight Niger Republic? Will it not be Nigerians fighting Nigerians? I think we need to put a stop to all this.
All right, Mike, you want to lend a voice to what?
Yeah, the point there is, when it comes to the issue of the capacity of Nigerian security agencies, we have
it's not in doubt.
We've said this over and over again. It is not in doubt.
Yeah.
But when the will to deliver that capacity is not there, or on the other hand, there hasn't been a translation of that capacity to prosperity and actual physical tangible results for Nigerians, then that is where Nigerians begin to question. Otherwise, that's why, like Jide has analyzed so many times, when you send an avid Nigerian police officer or Nigerian security agent, a soldier, on a peacekeeping mission anywhere else in the world, they function, they come back with medals, they come back with all sorts of accolades. So when they come back to this country, what happens? So it boils down to the issue of capacity. Because the point there is that you may have potential capacity, but of what use is potential capacity to the Nigerians, if you're not delivering? So we have talked about the president, who is a retired military officer. Nigerians at one point or the other have always banked on that as when it comes to
in fact, when he came in, we saw the body language. The body
language was clear.
Right.
Every facet of the country was
what changed.
So what happened?
Yeah.
So the point there is that Nigerians, okay, fine, like we mentioned earlier now, senators are crying out.
Yes, governors are crying out.
Governors are crying out. In
Nigerians.
fact, yesterday, just a few days ago, Governor Tom of Benue State was in fact he came all out because he was
and the Niger State governor also talked about his communities, about 40 of them.
Exactly.
That have been taken over.
So Governor of Borno State, Zulum, has been crying out all the way. So what are we talking about? So the point there is, if the security, the potential, the capacity and all of that is not translating into the prosperity of Nigerians where they can go and sleep and wake up healthy and safe, then what use is the capacity or the potential we're talking about?
Right.
That is why we need, in fact, if you listen to all of these people that have been talking since, they say, if we need help, let us call for help now. Initially,
they said we didn't need help.
But
now we have woken to the reality.
In fact, the president even calling AFRICOM is a way. In fact, that alone tells you it's a signal
admittance.
To say we need. It's admittance to the fact that we need serious help right now. So whatever has to be done, let it be done right now. The National Assembly are the representative of the people directly, and when it comes to the arms of government, in fact, the executive is not the only government. The legislature and the judiciary.
If you listened to them yesterday, you heard them saying that the executive has shown that they do not have the capacity to deliver on security. That was what
is the National Assembly doing?
What have they done?
Apart from complaining and talking about these issues in the House, what is that drastic move that the National Assembly, Senate and Rep put together are taking? Right. These are the issues we're talking about, because if you're representing the people and the debate as to whether the National Assembly has the powers to summon the president or not, all of those things are not the issues right now. What is that drastic move the National Assembly is taking to ensure that this issue is handled?
For you, if they were to take a drastic move, what would that be?
No, the point there is that they have to move for resolutions.
Yeah.
To either summon the president. Because when the push comes to shove, we know that the powers of the president and also the executive, they are all clearly stated in the Constitution. But when there is a clash between what the president can do or shouldn't do or should do, as the case may be, the National Assembly can compel the president to carry out some certain roles on behalf of the country. Not taking over the executive, no. But they can compel the president in some instances. I'm not a lawyer. We have a lawyer here.
Have they not been speaking in that direction?
Yeah, but speaking is not enough. That's what we're saying.
That's what we're saying.
We need a resolution.
Aesop said, after much is said and done, more is said than done. I'm so happy about what is going on in Nigeria, though my heart bleeds for the bloodshed. Now we are beginning to realize that what affects your gate man can affect the big man in the bedroom.
Absolutely.
So at a point, it was like, oh, the masses are being kidnapped. You can see now, the governor of Niger State screamed that Abuja is not safe. The Boko Haram, they've come to hoist their flag in Niger State.
2 hours
occupying
from
territories.
Abuja.
2 hours from Abuja.
Yeah.
You see, so the battle is getting closer. And don't forget, if you live in an estate where you have a dang gun and your neighbor has submarine, sophisticated weapons, you can go to sleep at night. You know, the president of Chad is gone.
Yes, that
really is one man that has been embattling insurgents and terrorists within the Sahel region, sharing boundary with Nigeria. Now the man is gone. So that gate is left open. Our president said the ammunitions are brought in from Libya. We agree with that. Libya has every cause to be aggressive. But are they taking their weapons to Rwanda? No. Are they taking their weapons to Ghana? No. Are they taking their weapons to Benin Republic? No. Why Nigeria? Exactly. Because my president said only God can man the border of Niger Republic and Nigeria. So when you have porous borders, when drugs are imported into your country, they assist, we don't know where they disappear into. The latest attack in Borno State, the report is that these guys came in military camouflage. So military camouflage is now evening dress. And when there were reports that some people were importing military camouflage in containers, some of us were asking, where are they when you seize them? So right now, it's like a strong man who wants to amusingly oppress his neighbors and brings in cubs, you know, little lions, about 7 to the community. When the lions grow up, even the man that brought them
is not safe.
Will be running helter-skelter. And that is the case of Nigeria now. But there are those who are specialists in caging lions. One thing I'm sure of about Nigeria is that this is a phase, and this shall come to pass. God never ends in negative.
Right.
And Nigerians are good. Those who can pray are praying to God and everything. And if you are monitoring the trends, a governor said, when you begin to realize the people behind this terrorism, you'll be amazed. We are beginning to get indications as some of those who may be sponsoring them.
Right.
Whether we deny it or not. So I think the solutions are close by. But like I have been suggesting for years, can the National Assembly shut down? We have 3 arms of government. The judiciary is down now for their financial autonomy. Yeah. Can the National Assembly down tools? Then let's leave the executive. And right now, it appears as if Nigeria has a militarized democracy. And I am appealing to the people of the eastern region in this country. Please don't allow crime to be introduced into your region. The military may move in and take over that region. Because I've said it, this thing started towards 2019 election. The kind of dancing they want to be dancing around the country. Go and dance. Let these bandits be dealt with. Enough of saying they do not deserve to live. We negotiate or not negotiate. Look at those innocent children, students killed. We don't need to gamble with lives and properties of Nigeria. This country deserves prosperity. And for that purpose, God has overblessed us. And it's not just about having resources. It's about being resourceful with your resources. So whether America is coming, or any other country, if we don't allow them to help us, they cannot help us. Even Jesus will ask in the Bible, he asked blind Bartimaeus, what do you want me to do for you? And the man said, please open my eyes. I said, receive it. So we must be prepared to domicile the help, support, and appropriate the help. And Nigeria shall be great.
Quickly, Mike.
The point there is, patience, they say, is a virtue.
Right.
And as it is, our president has been patient enough by not saying anything, so we assume that he's been monitoring the situation all the while. It is time for him now to come out. And let us see
he has come out already.
Yes, let us see the outcome of that patience all the while that he hasn't been talking, as the case may be. Let us see it now. Nigerians need to go and sleep and wake up tomorrow and still do their businesses and feel safe. That's just what I have to say.
Mr. Mike, patience that 5,000 souls were destroyed in 4 months. You call that patience?
Well, the point there is we assume.
He's assuming that he was monitoring everything.
He was monitoring
and he was being patient, monitoring
putting things together.
The direction things will go and also put things together. Amen, amen. Thank you, Jide Ologun, for your time. Thank you, Mike, for your time as well.
Thank you.